Man, I can't believe it's 2026 already. I can't keep going the way I did before. Starting by today, I'm gonna get out of the house every day, no matter what. No excuses. The bike gets ridden every single week at least once, and 3 workouts per week is the absolute minimum. The more the better.
I'm gonna change for good this time.
That'll do. Stepping outside every single day, huh? Holiday season is over, and during the downtime, we all had a little time to overthink our life decisions, habits, and maybe goals that we're pursuing. Or some of us simply relaxed a little and didn't think about anything at all. Fair enough. Today, it's the 31st of January. Well, probably not when you're watching this video, but how did your New Year's resolutions turn out? What happened to your new daily routine that you've put so much time and thought into? What about quitting the drink? Are you still going strong on your non-smoking endeavor? Okay, yeah, I know, those might be some brutal questions, especially when it didn't work out the way you'd like. But relax, I'm not here to jump out of the screen and put even more pressure on you. The only person you owe an answer to, if anyone, is yourself. And here's the good news, the core problem isn't you. It's the nonsense we've all been sold, the fresh start illusion, the cultural hype machine that convinces us a date can magically reboot our personality and then dumps us straight into identity fantasies. We love symbolic fresh starts because we tend to believe a date can override our personality, while in reality, you're still the same person, just with a new calendar, just a new number on the paper or on screen. And since the calendar can't fix us, we try something even more delusional, upgrading our entire identity. Most resolutions aren't about actions like,
I want to work out 3 times a week. I'm going for a ride on my mountain bike every single week.
No, they're about identity. I want to be the kind of person who works out 3 times a week. I want to become like the person I saw on YouTube the other day doing crazy jumps with his bike. Because the real goal isn't working out X amount of times per week. It's wanting to become someone you actually respect. In the end, identity fantasies are just wishful self-upgrades. A version of you that exists in your head waiting for your habits to catch up. The next thing that usually kicks in? Compensation thoughts. Like, yo, that guy I saw on YouTube completed a sober January and now he's making a video about how his life changed after quitting alcohol for a year. You know what? I'm doing that too. And honestly, yeah, cutting alcohol for a month will help your body, your sleep, your focus, all of it. You're basically just not poisoning yourself for a while. It's weird when you say it out loud, right? And the workouts will help too. You'll feel fitter even if your body hates you for a bit. But the real problem isn't quitting alcohol for a few weeks. And it's not sticking to some strict workout or diet plan either. The real question is, why am I doing this? What exactly is bothering me and why do I feel the way I feel? When people are unhappy with themselves, they sometimes try to grab back a little self-control by changing something they admire in someone else. And nowadays, it's insanely easy to find people online who trigger dopamine in you without you ever lifting a single finger. Just don't forget, the people you see online, even if they're real, they make a living from this. They feed their families with it. They're role models for their own family and kids, maybe even for you, and basically for an entire audience. And as a matter of fact, they stand behind their content because it genuinely helps people, which is great. But it's still their job. And here's the twist. It might actually help if you ask yourself, what am I trying to achieve here? What's the real goal behind all of this? And since talking into a camera makes it look like it's easy for me to open up about stuff like this, even though it really isn't, well, but since we're here, let me be completely honest and share what I actually did and what my so-called New Year's resolutions were. Last summer, I developed this really annoying cough that just wouldn't go away. No other symptoms, nothing dramatic, but deep down I knew exactly what was causing it. And to be honest, I was kind of anxious and worried, and honestly, it made it hard to fall asleep at night at times. So in autumn, I quit smoking. For one brutally honest reason. I didn't want to die from it one day. That's it. That's the whole truth. And surprise, the cough disappeared after a week, and I've been feeling the benefits more and more every single week since. And that wasn't even a New Year's resolution. And aside from that, I've got this mountain biking goal I want to reach, and smoking doesn't exactly help with performance in this regard. But it's way too early to talk about that. There's a lot of work and practice I need to put in first. So honestly, the only New Year's resolution I had was to get back into photography, because I absolutely love it. And regarding deadlines, the only one I gave myself was this one. Upload this video by today, January 31st. And here we are. So maybe the whole thing was never about becoming a new you in the first place. Maybe it was never about the perfect routine, discipline, or the perfect version of yourself that you keep trying to download from the internet. Maybe resolutions fall apart because they're built on pressure instead of purpose. We chase routines because they look like control. We chase identities because they look like self-respect. We chase challenges because they look like progress. But none of that means anything if you don't know what you're actually trying to fix. And that's the uncomfortable part. Most of us don't want a new habit. We want a new feeling, relief, direction, meaning. Something that makes sense. So yeah, you can't keep trying to reinvent yourself every January. You can't keep writing lists, download habit trackers, and pretending the calendar is a personality upgrade. Or you can do the one thing that actually works. Be honest with yourself, brutally honest. Like the kind of honesty that doesn't look good on Instagram. Because once you know why you want to change, the how stops being this giant mystery. And suddenly it's not a resolution anymore, nor a challenge or a trend. It's a decision, a real one. And that's the thing. People don't change because it's January. They change because something finally matters to them. That's the difference. So, no, you don't need a new year. You don't need a slogan or a perfect version of yourself to chase. You just need one honest moment, one real reason, and one small step that actually matters. Everything else is just decoration.